Alright, should be live. It's gonna be great. Let's open up chat. Okay, so I am Curtis. We're gonna continue this Soul Level 1 run. I've been recording it up until now, but going through recording those long videos and then editing them and putting stuff in like after the fact, it's taking a lot of time. I wasn't really able to get them out as quickly as I wanted, so I'm just gonna be streaming it. We got a death counter, so we're at 213 right now. So I'm gonna try my best to continue to update that. As now that I'm updating it and streaming on the fly, I need to make sure I'm updating it consistently. We're on the Aldrich fight, which I currently have 14 deaths in. There's actually one run that got close. I just uploaded that video and just kind of had it sped forward a little bit, so it's another short little video. So there are 9 episodes on our YouTube channel. If you would like to see those, that's kind of the run up to this point, and then I'll be archiving these every stream, so we'll have the entire run once it's finished, which hopefully it will be before too long. I'm a little rusty too, so I haven't played in a few days, so we're gonna see how this goes. But I think everything should be good, so we'll see how this goes. If you have not watched this yet, if you're just tuning in because, hey, we're live, and so it's easier to watch the stream, this is a pretty basic Soul Level 1 run. I'm not doing anything crazy because I'm just not that good. I'm not good enough to do anything crazier than what a Soul Level 1 playthrough already is. And I'm not gonna worry about this guy. I'm so in the mode of, like, I have another character that I've been grinding these guys for the Covenant item to try to get the platinum in this game, and so I've been like taking a break from that too. So I'm just in the mode of like immediately going for those knights. But yeah, it's not, you know, I know other people have done even crazier challenge runs, but I really enjoyed doing this Soul Level 1 run in the first Dark Souls, and so I figured I might as well try it in this game because I've already beat it like 4 other times. So we'll see. Aldrich, yeah, I don't know. There are things about this fight that I have a tough time with. Specifically, his, like, once he gets to his second phase, basically. Oh, and that too. Because that's a one-hit kill. Oh, good. We're kind of getting to the point where I know Aldrich, that specifically that attack is one hit no matter what. I don't know if Pontiff, I don't know if he had a one shot. I know he got close. He had like one move that just barely missed killing me in one shot at full health. But I know we're getting to the point where there are some bosses coming up that can. Currently I have a ring that I think it's like, it gives me a little bit of a higher attack when I'm at full health, and I think I have one that boosts my defense a little bit at full health too, so I'm sure that probably prevents some moves that would be one-hit kills, but I don't know. Yeah, we did not, wasn't a great run there, but I figured these first few runs are probably going to be real sloppy. I need to get off. Yeah, like I was saying, it's the second phase that can be a little troublesome because this arrow attack starts following you instead of just going kind of in that direction. And it can be hard to kind of find moments where you're good to actually hit him. Okay. Ooh, ooh, yeah, that move, that move gets close. All right. Roll too soon. Live and learn there. That's a bummer. I do also have the dancer kind of ready to go, and I can go towards the profane capital if I would like to. So those are two areas, like, if Aldrich ends up becoming a fight that is dragging on and is taking way too long, like, I might switch it up just to take a break. That's one thing that I've really liked about this so far, is there's been... I mean, things haven't been too difficult up until, like, when Pontiff was the first really big wall for me. But whenever I've struggled, I've always had, like, one or two other options. Like, if I needed a break from one particular boss, I could go in a different direction, so... I think that'll be nice, because Dancer will be tough. But Giant and Profane Capital, I don't think will be that bad. I mean, obviously, the way that fight plays out, I don't think it'll be too hard, but we'll see. Well. 216, yeah. This is where this death count just starts going up real high. It sucked when I was going through and editing the other video with Aldrich. I had like one run that I got really close on him. Kind of bummed me out. I was like, oh no, because it was like my third or fourth try. And here we are. Like 17 in. Don't want that. Gotta waste an Estus. Not a great start. Oh, you're just gonna... That sucks. Oh. Aldrich. Why are you doing this to me? $217. I just need to get back into the rhythm of it. It's been... I mean, the biggest mistake I've made this whole playthrough is letting a few days go by without touching this game. And so now I'm like... I've got to get back into the rhythm of it. But once we're in the swing of things, we'll be good. I mean, hopefully. I'd like to think I could take Aldrich down, like, before too long. I really don't think he should give me as much trouble as Pontiff did. But we'll see. See, I like when he does that, like even though it can one-hit me, just because it opens him up for attacks a little more. Like, it gives me a bit more time to get a few swings in on him. Whereas his other moves don't really do that, and this... Beat that too. That was very close. Okay. Let's keep doing that. See, this is the part where I'm just like, come on, man. Just give me some more options here. Ooh. That was way that was a lot closer than it had any right being. You're over here. Yeah, these arrows are just not fun. Got a little too close there. Aldrich, listen, man. Oh, those one-hit KOs are going to be the death of me. That was it. That was it. Man, okay. That sucks. The good thing, well, God. I know I can do it now. Like, I feel feel good about this fight now, because I was going into this a little nervous about that second phase, and whether or not like that would give me a lot of trouble or if it wouldn't, and I feel a bit more confident. But that still sucked. That was a bummer, because I felt like I was doing really good there. Just one mistake. That's all it takes, unfortunately. Get like a hidden 1, 2, not just one. Alright, I'll take it. At least that's not one hit KO. Where's it going? Okay. Phase 2. That's not what I want. Crap. Yeah, that run ended as soon as I faced away from him. I meant to lock on, but I guess I wasn't close enough. I don't know. Alright, 219. I think that's like 20 total against Aldridge. I feel like it shouldn't go much higher. Like, now that I've had one on this stream, but like I've had a couple of runs where I've gotten him very close. Hoping it doesn't take much longer. Fortunately, that run I just kind of cornered myself, and I had had those arrows following me. I was hoping I could like roll past him there. $220. Sometimes you have that. Sometimes you just you have a really good run, and then the next few are duds. I gotta shake this off. Alright. Got me that one hit kill right when I had him down to like just a few more hits. That shook me up. I gotta gotta get focused again. you're gonna start out with that. Weird. Like, rarely happens. I gotta get that. I'm kind of happy you started out with that. That gave me a shot to, like, just roll through it and get a few hits in on him, but it's so rare that he starts with that move. Ooh, boy. Did not give me a lot of room. Do that again. Every time I swing and miss, it's just like the worst feeling. Because you know that's just a little bit more stamina that you wasted in a boss fight that is so like heavily dependent on not dying and also and rolling, basically. That's man. Wasn't expecting him to leap for me like that. I think that was my problem with the last Aldrich fight, was like I saw him going up for that swing, but he usually, like, the way he kind of turned in on me because he was facing away, just the way he kind of turned in and slammed down, wasn't expecting him to come in at that angle, basically. But here we are. The other thing that I actually feel pretty good about is in the fight like a handful of tries ago now, where I almost killed him, is I didn't really use that many. Did not use that many Estes, which is nice. So I don't feel as bad if I have to use one. Are you gonna charge at me again? No. Can I get some swings in on you? All the way. Like, I've used like 3 or 4 already, but I don't feel that bad, because I know I can still take them without using many. So I know that, like, 5 is plenty, and I've also got an Ember just in case. I prefer not to have to use one, but if it comes down to it, I know that option is there. I do wonder if it's still a one-hit KO if I'm Embered, though, like those 1 attacks. I would assume so. I'd assume it still is, because it is a little bit of a health boost, but it's not like a huge one. Nice. That was good. Alright, that was not bad. Here's the fun part, though. Don't do that move. That was my mistake. What I need to do is like get into the habit of locking off of him, getting out of the lock on when he does those moves, because I need to kind of position myself, specifically like facing the tail. I guess we call it a tail, because if I'm on that, like he usually can't maneuver himself to actually hit me with those moves, and then that gives me an opportunity to get a few hits in on him. Also, wasn't expecting him to like immediately follow it up with like going the other direction. I feel like he doesn't always do that. I don't know. I need to get back into the habit of using those items, because I really need my stamina as much as I can get. Alright. Oh, those misses. The worst feeling. Alright. Where are you gonna be? Over there. It's like twice there. Whew. That was really close. I don't like it being that close. Not sure how that one missed, though. See, that's the thing, is like getting in close on him, usually it'll prevent these arrow attacks. Sometimes. Alright. Bring it on. About that. You're big meanie, Aldrich. You're just a big meanie. I had some that boosted my stamina a little faster. I don't think I have any more of them. Nope. Yikes. Ugh, okay. Well, let's try it again. It's like 24. I really felt like I would maybe get him there too. But it can all end in one move. What's the worst? If you want to keep doing that, I'd be a-okay. Misses. Close on. Come on, Aldridge, come on. Don't do this to me. Great start, great start. Okay, let's keep this going. Yeah, that was my fault. That was real stupid to do. I got excited. I mean, at this point, the hardest thing about this fight is that he can one-shot you. Like, everything else isn't too bad. I can get him down relatively consistently to, like, low health, or at least under 50%. The issue is, at that point, you know, just being able to dodge all those one-hit KOs consistently. It's like, if those attacks, like, didn't quite kill me, but, like, left me with a little bit of health, I'd be able to back off, like, you know, heal. It wouldn't be an issue, really. It's not too much. But instead, you know, you have these runs that go really well, and it doesn't matter because it all ends in just, you know, one instant. Where you make, like, where you roll just a little too soon, or you roll a little too late. Be able to do that consistently. And start hitting on him. And roll away. Just keep doing that. And get up close so he doesn't do his arrows. Just kidding. Of course he doesn't. Still got a couple swings on him. Didn't see that one coming. It's so weird to be stuck on this guy. Like, because I've, you know, for the, like, 4 times I've finished this game so far, it's been characters that have been leveled up, and so I just have no trouble with him at all. He's not like an easy boss, like, I definitely have died against him on some of my other characters, but he's not like a Pontiff, which, to be fair, Pontiff, I was stuck on a lot longer than I have been on this one, but it is just, it's weird to be dying against him so much. Or that, it's interesting that the moves that you have to be mindful of when you're still level 1 sometimes are different than the moves that you worry about, like, when you're just leveling up your guy. Like, that was the move for all my other characters that I was like, okay, I gotta dodge that. Whereas, it's certainly, you want to dodge that move because it almost kills you, but it's actually his melee attacks, like this. I'm gonna say I rolled there. I'm gonna say I should have got that, but maybe not. But I felt like it was a similar thing with Pontiff, where there were things about that fight on my other characters that caused me more trouble, and I was more mindful of, whereas at my soul level 1 character on Pontiff, it was like a different element of the fight that I had to really practice and nail down, while the part I usually would have trouble with actually wasn't that bad, and that it was like the second half of the fight really wasn't too bad. I felt like when I got there, I had some poor runs at it, but when I got to the second phase, I usually was doing okay, and it wasn't as bad as the first phase, where it was like a totally different story in my other characters. Let's pop a green blossom. Need everything I can get. Wow, I was convinced I rolled way too early on that one, but I'll take it. Get close enough to... just got caught on him. I tried to roll away, but I was like rolling into his body. And so I just kept rolling into him and didn't really move there. I should have rolled behind me. Honestly, I probably would have been fine then. Oh. I only got 3 of them. So I'd rather save it. Yeah, I was due for one of those. Man. It's like part encouraging when I do like really well in a fight and I get the boss down to just a few more hits. You know, I get him pretty close where I feel like I might be able to get him that run. And so it's kind of encouraging then because you feel like, all right, I can, you know, I can beat this. Like I can do this. Whereas like if you're stuck on a boss where you're not even getting them 50% of the way down, like you kind of get discouraged because it's like, well, maybe I just can't beat him. Maybe I just can't do this. So it is slightly encouraging. At the same time, it's also just really demoralizing after a while. I do not feel good about taking a second swing at him. Why did I roll into the fire? Why did I do that? I don't know. That was going pretty well. The scary thing about what I was doing, that I was being like a lot more aggressive than I usually am. Like I was just going in on him, not really caring. Luckily he wasn't using the arrows. He wasn't summoning arrows, which is nice because it kind of allows me to stay in close on him, at least depending on what kind of arrows they are. I was doing okay dodging, or at least dodging the attacks I need to. That was a really, really stupid way to die. But, you know, it happens. feel like sometimes when he does that move, that AoE there, like sometimes I feel like it's hard to tell just how far you need to be away. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting hit, or like I'm not getting hit when I usually would be sometimes. I'm close enough to get hit, but I don't. And then like vice versa. And so it always confuses me sometimes. Oh, that's not a great way to start that. Dodge. I would have won that time. This green blossom. It's gonna be over here, yeah. Fire now? Yep. Felt good about that. Just like run away like that. Gotta heal. I can't take risk there. One green blossom left. Although to be honest, I don't know how much that's really been helping me. Or at least I feel like I haven't noticed a huge difference. That could just be it doesn't recover it fast enough in this fight, or like I would need it to recover a little bit faster to actually for it actually to have an effect. But I feel like I've been doing somewhat fine without it. Three hits. Feel okay about that. Oh, those misses. Great. Yikes, that was way close. That was, I was pretty sure I was dying there close, but I'm fine with it, it's okay. Also was convinced I was gonna die there too. Not gonna complain. Thank you. There is no escaping death. Oh. I'm really looking forward to the giant, just because I feel like that fight should be just a nice change of pace, because it should not... I kind of expect to take him my first try. If I die a couple times, I die a couple times. I won't be that mad about it, but that one and the dragon late game, or the wyvern or whatever they call it. Those two, I feel like it's gonna be nice, just like take down a boss very quickly. Whereas pretty much the remainder of the bosses, yeah, it's gonna be really rough. It's gonna be battles like this, where just multiple hours of hoping I get lucky at some point. What's interesting about that attack is, like, if you're close enough to him, you just won't get hit. It's kind of nice. Gives me some free hits in on him too. I gotta... You would do the arrows. Missing really sucks in this fight. Just because I know what that stamina means. Does that count as hitting me there? Don't worry, I got my souls back. All will be... No! Lock onto him. Thank you. Yep. One of those free hits. Thank you. One more. Thank you. I'm guessing over here? Over there. Don't do the arrows. Missed both of them. Stop missing. That was like 2 or 3 hits I could have gotten on them. Do your thing. Two, three, four. Oh, I don't want to be stuck here. 5. Thank you. Your thing. Stop missing. Oh my god, stop missing him. Nice. Listen, buddy. Listen, man. Aldrich. Oh, yeah. Alright. So that marks it at, let's see, 34. 34 total against Aldrich. Alright, I feel good. We have made progress, and that's what I wanted. I was really worried that this fight was going to be like multiple hours long. We did it at the hour mark. I'm going to take a quick break. Just because I need it. I will be back very shortly, and we will continue with this playthrough. Alright, so we're gonna continue in just a minute. Aldrich. Man, down. Okay. glad that is over with. I'm very glad that fight is over with, because that is... I figured that fight would be kind of annoying. Let's keep this party going. I don't know what kind of party it is, but here we are. I don't remember, do I need to get anything from up here? We'll go up here anyways, just so. So next we're gonna head towards the Profane Capital. We're probably just gonna run through most of it if we can. What does this ring do? I forget. It's been too long. Okay. So here's basically what I have if you're curious. Got a life ring. Boost attacks when HP is full. Boost damage absorption when HP is full. Boost attacks as long as my attacking persists. That's something that I don't know. I haven't done like proper actual tests on it. I felt like I haven't noticed a huge increase with each attack. Maybe there is, but that's one that I'm like open to changing. But I just at the moment I don't really have anything else that seems like it would be a good alternative. Because this one's kind of useless because my S is already as upgraded as it is. Like it already does that. I don't need any more boost to my S's flask healing. Obviously don't need souls. Bleed resistance is kind of a scenario more like very specific to certain enemies. And of course you can't stack life rings, so. But one thing I like, you know, it is definitely a journey to get to the Profane Capital in the next boss. But, and we'll probably die a couple times, I imagine, on the way there, but I feel like it's gonna be a nice moment to just kind of take a breather and be like, alright. And luckily, like, the boss awaiting us there, I don't anticipate giving me trouble. At least I hope not. I guess the more interesting soul level 1 run would be taking down that boss with a regular weapon. It would be very long. It would be a long fight. And maybe it'd be fun, like, it'd be funny just to try it a couple times and see. But, because, like, he's not hard to dodge. Like, his attacks are not hard to dodge at all. So at this point we have basically two bosses that are, I guess you would call like kind of gimmick fights. I don't really mean those in a bad way because I like the fights. But specifically they're two fights that shouldn't give me trouble as a level 1. So we're gonna buy, I see what she's selling right now, see if maybe we can buy some stuff that will be useful. Like some green blossoms. I guess we can probably get some more of these. So I might as well use them, or like use my soul since I'm not leveling. I don't know. I have 5, but I'm gonna go ahead and buy some more because I've been using them. Buy a little more. I've been using them to deal with mimic chests. And there's actually one coming up that holds an Estus shard, so I'm going to want to do that. I don't know that she actually has anything more that I know I should be buying immediately. I'm probably okay. And this sword.
Tis good, wasn't it?
Okay, so that should put us at 10.
Seems like my range, it's
So we need 4 Titanite chunks. So we're at that point. Okay. Okay.
pretty big.
Then I'm trying to remember if I've actually got patches or not. Because I haven't, like... I'm not being, like, very thorough. I'm not being, like, super thorough. As far as, like, doing every little thing and... Oh, there he is. Okay, good. So I know he sells some other things that maybe I could pick up really quick.
Oh, God.
I don't know. I guess we'll just buy some fire bombs just in case. I don't know. It could be useful. It's just I'd rather not have these souls go to waste if I can help it. But at the same time, I do have some stuff to use just in case if I need it. I would like to keep these if I can. Just to think of them as trophies for my soul level 1 playthrough, but we'll see. If need be, I'll use them. It's not like I'm gonna be making boss weapons for this character. I think we're good to go. Do I have any of these? Not that it matters now. So we want to go to the distant manor. This area should be interesting. I plan on rushing through it, to the best of my ability, just because I don't know that there's an Estus shard, and I know where that is. It's in a mimic chest. So I want to grab that on the way down. But I don't know if there's anything else in particular that I would really want to get for this character on my way down, so... Mostly it's the guys that can drain your max HP. Oh, that's... I did not realize there was a guy over there. It's the people that drain your max HP. And so, because my max is already so low, kind of interested to see how that's going to turn out. Should have a bonfire pretty close. There's Alva. Seeker with the Spurned. Here we go. Irithel Dungeon. I really like this area a lot. Maybe not so much in regards to having a soul level 1 character. But I got here and immediately I was like, oh, Tower of Latria. Right. Awesome, because that's like one of my favorite areas in any of the Souls games, in Bloodborne and whatever, is Tower of Latria. Easy. Ooh. Alright. It just is. It's I really, really like that whole place. So anytime you put in an area that gives me those kinds of vibes, I'm in. Like, sign me up. It's gonna end real poorly. And, aside from that special move that these guys do in draining your max HP, I really like these guys too. I like their design. I like the little pole thing that they're carrying around. I've actually gone too far. I think it's over here. I'm like fat rolling now. Look how low my HP. I wonder if that's as low as it can go or something. I don't know. And I can come over and open this door. Just get me to the next bonfire. I'm cool. I'm gonna run past the mimic up here and I'll double back. I'm pretty sure the next bonfire is right up here. Maybe? Oh no, it's not. That's right. There isn't one. Oh. They go down fast. It's no big deal. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That should put us at 11. And I also know, like, I'm gonna have to double back this area anyways later on once we want to get to Archdragon Peak. But I'll wait for that. I'm not gonna be too concerned about it right now. These rats. God. Listen. Oh. $236. So it's 4 hits on them. Yikes, maybe, okay. Not be too concerned with them. Ooh, that is very close. Alright, run past these guys. And this time, let's not get cornered by a bunch of rats. If I can help it. Should be able to take the rats out like 1 or 2 strikes, so... Oh, 1. Even better. Yeah. There are some giant rats coming up. But those I should be able to run by. I'm gonna run through this area, too. I could be wrong. I think if I go left here, that's what takes me to where Archdragon Peak is. Or the place I need to be. Yes, okay. And I can just go ahead and open up the shortcut. That way we don't have to worry about it later. Ooh, hey! Oh, you're just gonna ride this with me, huh? It's gonna try to. And then, yeah, so we fall down from above to get here. Okay. For some reason, like, my first, like, couple characters, I kept forgetting exactly how to get to that spot. Lightning Blade. Woohoo. I'm coming for you. Eventually. I'm not too nervous about that area. I mean, one boss shouldn't be a problem. I don't think. The second one, I consider to be one of the hardest bosses in the game, but also is one that I think I have down. Like, I fought him enough that I feel okay about it. But we'll see when we get there. I don't want to think too far ahead. Okay, so we're almost to the next bonfire. We got a gargoyle standing on our way. So that's always fun. I might try to, like, juke him out, though. Just to run by him. Profane Capital. This place is great, too. I just love the look of it. Reminds me a lot of the first DLC for Dark Souls 2. Just kind of the look of it kind of seems similar. See you later, man. Ooh, maybe not. Now, are you gonna follow me in here, or are you gonna stay out there? Hopefully stay out there. The other thing that blew my mind is, for some reason, I missed that place right there, right, like over my shoulder. My first character never even saw that, and there's like a whole other area you can, like this side area you can go to, with like enemies that are unique to that specific area, and some other things too, and like just did not even see it my first playthrough. It wasn't until my second character that I was like, oh, there's this like thing here I can drop down to. And then it was like, oh no, there's a whole other area here. There was a couple places like that, like my second character, I just stumbled upon it. Was like, oh, I haven't even come close to seeing all this stuff here. But we're not gonna go there with this character, at least not right now. I don't think we need to. So this is another instance I'm probably just going to make a run for the boss. I don't think that there's a lot here that I need. If there's anything specific, I can come back to it later. But as far as I remember, I don't think there's anything that I'm going to be like, yes, I need to grab that. Maybe there's some chunks and some souls like that, but I don't remember. I'd have to look it up. There's definitely a handful of things that I'm starting to get to the point where I know specifically where certain items are. There's still a lot, though, that I don't. Alright, so I don't know how this fight's gonna go. Yorm the Giant. For kicks, let's just see. So it would just take a really long time, basically. Yeah, it would just be a really long fight. The thing is, I don't know if he will one-shot me or not. That's the only reason why I think this boss could give me trouble, is if some of his attacks might one-shot me. But let's go ahead and make the switch. Where is Stormroller at? There it is. Okay. Missed him. Okay. Oh, you're supposed to turn around when you do that. Yikes. That's like a lot of damage. Okay. It wasn't a one-shot kill, though. That's what counts. And really, like, thank God you can dodge out of the way even when you're charging this weapon up. Probably. One more. Do it. He armed the giant down. Didn't even die against him. It's like this. That's the second boss I've done that to. Not that this is a hard boss at all. It feels good though. It feels nice just to not be struggling. But here's one of the. So I was thinking about this on the way down. I guess I'm gonna go straight into the dancer fight because I've already activated the dancer and fought her a few times. So I'm guessing that fight's probably just going to start immediately.
Prince Lothric is in your hands.
So we'll see. But at this point we've got the dancer, the princess.
Save his soul.
We've got the Osiris, the Consumed King, Champion Gundyr. 2 in Archdragon Peak, and then the final boss, so that's 7. I think. I don't think I'm forgetting anyone. And only one of those I feel like I should be able to get without much trouble. So. I'm curious. Oh, okay, so I'm just gonna be right outside the door. Interesting. I don't know. I'm curious how this is gonna go. I need to switch weapons. So it's been a little while since I fought the dancer. I had activated the dancer early on, because I would, if I could, basically because like if I could take down the dancer early, I could get a lot of large Titanite shards. But then I just didn't stick with it really. And I really wasn't, I don't know. I don't know that I really had any one particular run that I felt good about. But I'm pretty sure the dancer does have a couple hits that can one-shot you if you're not careful. Or at least get very close. She does hit very hard. And her second phase is not fun. I think it might be the grab. Come to think of it, I think the grab might straight up just be one hit and you're done. But if we're stuck in this fight for a long time, I wouldn't be too bummed out about it, just because it's like, I really like this fight. I like the way the dancer moves. I like the music. It's a really, really interesting fight. And just like atmospherically. So there's one. I believe I have it written down. So I'm pretty sure that marks the 10th dancer death in this playthrough. Let me update that stuff here. Update our death count, and we're gonna need to go to the Vordt bonfire. That's 238. I'm prepared for the dancer to be an ordeal, for this to be another fight that's just a journey. Like, is this gonna be an hour? Is this gonna be 2 hours? I don't know. If we can get the dancer down tonight, I'd feel really, really great about that, though. I'm hoping these streams to be, I'm planning for them to be like 2, maybe 3 hours. I don't want to go too much longer than that. And we're already an hour and 30 in. So we'll see. We'll see how the dancer goes. Because now I feel like I'm at a point where, like, my first like 9 attempts against the dancer were before the Abyss Watchers, before I was like even fighting them. And so my weapon was like +4, +3 then, now it's +7, so I'm doing better damage overall. Gotten a little bit better. Unfortunately though, now I'm at the point where like the dancer's it. Like this, I have to beat the dancer to progress for anything. There's really no other area to go to. Once I beat the dancer, it'll be a little bit different. I have a couple options. Neither of them all that great. But that's how it goes. Ooh, okay, that's very, very close to one hit. At this point, I feel like for the dancer and most other bosses, I'm probably going to want to stick to full HP. That might be one hit, yeah, okay. So. I do have the Estus shard that I need to go take back to the blacksmith. But I'm gonna wait to see if it's I'll wait and see on that. Cause like with Aldrich, it wasn't a problem. Like it wasn't that I didn't have enough Estus. Like that wasn't the issue. So, like I have 10 right now. I feel like that should be pretty good, but we'll see. There's a hit. Oh, man. At least that's not one hitting me. At the very least, I've got that going for me. That is... Yikes. I definitely have a feeling that this is probably gonna be the boss that we are stuck on tonight. Like, if we beat the dancer, I'm probably ending the stream. Like, I'll probably call it there. Unless, like, we beat her this try, which is not gonna happen, but... I'm also prepared for, like, to go in tomorrow night and have the dancer be a majority of the stream as well. It just depends on how long it's gonna take. Because I really, like I said, I mean, I haven't... I don't like... It's weird, like, the dancer doesn't seem like she should be too hard. Again, it's one of those that comes down to this, just it being one-hit KOs for some of those attacks. But I don't think I've even got her to the second phase at solo level 1 yet, so I haven't really had a run that's been, like, really good. I've had a couple where I've done a decent chunk of damage, like maybe a third. A little too early there. Man. Rolled late there. I really like the music in this fight. I'm just taking my shots when I can get them. Oh, no. I think that's it, yeah. Alright, so actually, those 3 deaths, I know I did not count. Or no, I counted the first one, so it should be 240. Or actually, pretty sure it's 241. Pretty sure it's 241, to think of it. So that's 4 in this episode from her. Yeah. I need to get in my mind, like, if she's doing the grab, I have to roll towards that grab. Because I can roll through it, if I roll away from it, the grab swings far enough that she'll grab me still, so... And that's a one hit. I know that's for sure a one-hit KO. But I felt like I was doing okay there. I would like to get 2 hits instead of 1 when I do get my hits in, like if possible. Roll too late. Roll too late on that one. But if I could get like 2 hits in at a time, I'd feel pretty good about that damage output. Even just doing 1, it wasn't too bad. But I would prefer this fight not to go on for too long. That one and quite a few of the other bosses remaining, I would like to be able to end it as soon as I possibly can. Because the longer it goes on, the more time I have to screw something up. It's kind of the way I look at things right now. Oh, he backhanded me there. So 2 hits is gonna get me about 300 or so damage. It's not bad. I'm just scared to like go for that second hit because I know she swings pretty fast. And the reach on that attack's very long. That is so close to being a one-shot. Wasn't expecting the follow-up there. I need to back up, just kind of reorient myself. Alright, here we go. This is where the fun starts to happen. I got stunned up there. Not too sure. I couldn't really tell. I tried to roll after the first hit and it was not happening. So, yeah. I don't remember for sure. I think I'd have to go back to an earlier episode when I was still early, like, and I went up against her. I think that's probably the farthest I've gotten in that fight. So the first phase itself doesn't seem too bad. I'm gonna need to give the second phase a few shots to see, you know, what I think of it from the perspective of as a level 1 character. Because that was like the thing with Pontiff. It's like I thought the second phase was going to be the toughest, and then I got to the second phase like 3 or 4 times, and it was like, okay, this actually isn't too bad. If I kind of know what I'm doing. So it could very well be that the second phase really isn't that much worse than the first phase. I just need to actually get there a handful of tries, a handful of times, and see how it goes. So I believe that's 16 total for the dancer, and then Aldrich ended up at 34. I feel good about that number. Pontiff being at like 107 deaths total, I didn't feel great about, especially because like going back through and looking at all those fights, I felt like about 40 or so deaths in, I had a number of chances where I could have killed him. And so like Aldrich, I had a number of chances, about 20 deaths in, ended up being 34, but I was really worried that Aldrich is going to be like in the 60s. So that's a bit lower than I was kind of projecting for myself, so I feel good about that. Dancer, I'm also expecting 50 to 60. I would like it to be a lot lower, obviously. Man. Oh yeah, that one's one hit, isn't it? Okay. So there's I don't know, like 3 attacks that she does that I know for sure are one hit KOs. None of them are that none of them seem that hard to dodge. But I don't know. I'm still like, I'm just like waiting on my breakthrough run against the dancer where I just do very, very well and get her close. So then I can kind of have that moment of like, okay, I can do this. But, I don't know. Like, see, that's the other one. So that's like the third that I... Maybe I should roll into it. Maybe that's... Maybe I could roll through it. I'll have to remember it if I find myself in that situation again. $246. It's all Pontiff's fault. But, yeah, I don't know. Dancer, much like Aldrich, is a weird one to be stuck on just because it's a fight that I never had any trouble with, really, in my other characters. So it's so strange to be like, this is the one. This is the one that's gonna really get me. So, not a great start. Say that much. I probably, yeah, so I rolled away that time. Which is my fault. I probably could roll in, if I roll directly to the right, I might be able to kind of sneak underneath it. Maybe. Late roll there. Yeah. Sometimes you just gotta back up, get yourself out of there, and kind of rethink your approach. Alright, yeah, rolling to the right is the way to go on that one. That's this thing Pontiff does. Or she, I mean. God, it sucks to miss like that, but just whiff it. It's like 300 HP I could have done there. I'm so scared to get too close. Man. This fight's gonna suck. This is... yeah, this is gonna be bad. Unless I have like a breakthrough and I'm like, I figure something out. Those guys. It's like needed this moment of realization, like, oh, I could do it like this and be fine. At least I got a hit in there. Oh. Mm. You just witnessed a minor miracle, and me somehow not getting hit by that. Having trouble dodging that move too, because I keep wanting to like dodge into it or roll into it, and I think I'm dodging a little too early on that. $2:49. So we're approaching 2 hours. I want to go a little longer. I would like to, like, I don't, it's tough because I don't want to, not shoot for the stars or anything. I don't expect to beat the dancer tonight. But I would like to, if we don't beat her, I'd like to have at least, like, 1 or 2 runs that, like, I get pretty close in. That way, if we stop the stream before beating the dancer, I still feel like I've made progress. That's kind of how I measure it. Other than just beating bosses, it's like, okay, am I able to get from a point of like I do terrible against the boss to a point where I get the boss pretty close to dying? Like, to me, that's progress in a challenge run like this. Because at that point, it's like, okay, you know, I haven't beat him just yet, but I feel confident that I can do it because I can get the boss down to like, you know, maybe 20% of their health left. So for the dancer, you know, we got maybe a little over halfway once before. That was 3 hits, that was pretty good. It's gonna be hurtful dodge too. Yikes. Back away. Give me room. Holy crap. Alright. Saw it coming. Knew it. She's in my head now, and it's screwing me up. Okay. I wonder if she's weak to anything. Maybe I could look that up too, see if there's any, like, resin or something I could buy. Let's boost my attack just a little bit more. Where the fun begins. It's not even quite 50% of the way, too, when she does that. Alright, a little too late there. Let me back up. See, that's what I think might give me problems. With two swords out, she can stun lock me. So she'll do that combo of like that 1-2. And doing that will one-hit kill me. So that's, I mean, technically it's 2 hits. Because I kind of get locked in there. That's death. So that's another, that's one more thing to worry about there. I guess that technically, like, replaces the grab. But it's actually a little faster. But I was thinking about it that run. This is a fight, I think it's going to be similar to Pontiff, where I need, more than ever, I'm going to have to learn the timing of the dodges on each of her attacks. And, like, which attacks that she's going to combo on, like, be ready for any follow-ups. And know which direction I need to dodge in. All of those different things. And that was like the thing that took so long with Pontiff. And I think she might be a similar case. Cause like with Pontiff, you had to... It was one of those things where you would see the attack coming and you'd want to dodge early. But you need to wait like a half second, if that. You would have to wait just a tiny bit longer. And then you would be good to dodge. So I think she might be pretty similar with the way her attacks, because like they're fast, but sometimes there's a little bit of a wind-up to them. So we'll see. And then the second phase we'll have to figure out how to deal with as well. Oh, I thought I was far enough away. Yeah. I'm trying to remember, my Dark Souls 1 soul level 1 playthrough was a few years back now. I think going on 3 years now. So I'm trying to remember if there were any, or which bosses like would one-shot you. Because, like, my memory's kind of rough on it, but I only remember there ever being 2 bosses that I legitimately had trouble against, and I mean, one should be obvious, Smo and Ornstein. The other was the 4 Kings. And so there's, like, part of me that wants to say that the Soul Level 1 Dark Souls 3 is actually harder, or I'm having a harder time with it. But that could also just be because, like, I don't really remember it very well, because it's been, you know, going on 3 years now. So I don't know. But unless I have, like, a breakthrough and, like, other than the dancer, the rest of these bosses I take down quickly, like, I'm expecting the majority of these last few bosses to, or last handful, to give me a really, really hard time. Alright, roll through the ground. Kind of, like, backhands me twice. It's a couple slaps. That was really close. So we should be getting pretty close to phase 2. So I think it's around like 60%. So when she goes in that direction. Of that. Ooh. Again, just a little too late on that roll. Oh no. Okay, so that's another move to watch out for. That's 254. Well then. So in the first phase, when she dives like that, you have time to go in and get like a couple swings in. And I don't know if it's going to be every single time, but it looks like that second phase, like she'll actually follow up on it with a swing around to the back, which seems to be a one-hit kill. So maybe don't take that opportunity, even though it might be really, really tempting to do so. One hit, isn't it? Yeah. This is how it's gonna go. It's not it's not any more reassuring knowing that the next few bosses after this one, I don't think are going to be any easier. I actually think they're going to be harder. So that's great. Oh, interesting. Alright, 2 swords should be coming really soon now. Like right there. I should probably back up. Yikes. Yikes. Yikes, get away. Oh, okay. I'm gonna really need to figure out when a good time to attack her is. Dang. 256. I think that's about 28 total for the dancer. Specifically 18, or 19 from tonight. So we are making progress, though. Like, we're starting to get to that second phase more often, so there's a little more progress getting made. Next step is trying to figure out this second phase, just figuring it out and kind of deciding, okay, when is it safe to attack reliably? And have it not just be a death wish. This thing sucks. It's wasted stamina. It's the worst. Saw that coming. It's a backhand. She's got like such a long reach with those swords too. Back away. I know what's coming. Should have dodged to the left there. If I dodged to the left, would have been fine. Gotta be aggressive. I think strategy-wise, like I said, it's actually a fight that's kind of similar, a similar approach as Pontiff Sulyvahn, where I don't know, you have to really, really get those moves down and get the dodging times down and really, really learn it. More so than other fights, I would say, and you have to be aggressive. You've got to kind of stay up on her, just so you can take every single opportunity that you get. I mean, at least Pontiff didn't, like, one-shot me. That was the one, like, reassuring thing. I don't think he had any attacks that was actually one-shot. He had a lot that got very, very close. I don't know if any of them actually one-shot at me, though. Just kind of nice. Who would do that? See, that's the other thing I gotta get used to, is the reach is a lot longer than you think it is. It's okay, you can just keep missing. Alright, Dancer. This is it. Calling you out. This is the run. I feel it. Those are the ones that feel the worst. Is in a fight like that where you're doing really, really well, and then it gets cut short. And the boss is like, no, sorry. If nothing else, this tonight's stream has given us the knowledge that I can very easily get through that first phase. I felt like I was doing really good at dodging things and getting hits in on her when I needed to that fight. So if I can keep repeating that, just duplicate that a bunch, and not get grabbed. It's 260. Man. I went into this playthrough expecting over 1,000 deaths total over the course of the whole game. When I got to Pontiff, somewhere around 50 some, I think it was, or maybe it was. I think it might have been 70s actually. Yeah, it was in the 70s at that point. I honestly felt like, wow, I think I could probably get sub 500 here. Not anymore. That said, if we end this game like over 1,000 deaths, I'm probably gonna be kind of bummed out, because I really feel like I'm on pace to get a lot lower than that. I don't know exactly. I'm not sure exactly. Like, I do feel like I could probably end up somewhere around the 700s. I'd like a lot lower, if possible. None of that. That was poor. That was not good. It's one of those fights where you know immediately, you're like, this is not gonna go well. 261, man. It's really blown up since Pontiff. Like, getting to my favorite area, Irithyll. Like, that's the point when it's like, alright, here we go. Had it easy up to that point. Abyss Watchers only took me 13 tries, and I felt good about killing them. I felt like I was the best. Little did I know. They were nothing. Go through. Oh, come on. Wow. Maybe that was just me. I felt like the lead up to that grab was actually a little longer than usual. And that's why I dodged as early as I did. I don't like how high this death count is. I know it's only going to get worse. This is kind of how it goes for me, though. I have a few good runs. I have like a few really solid runs, and then I have a few duds. It's a cycle. Stop doing that. Three hits though, not bad. Close to 500. Get away. I need to heal. That sucks. That's a real big bummer. I started this playthrough thinking like, yeah, we'll go through Soul Level 1, we'll show people that, like, if anyone, like, thinks that Soul Level 1's too crazy and it's too hard, then we'll show that it's not that bad, and that it's completely doable, even by people who aren't like Jesus at this game, you know, like aren't the greatest players ever. At this point, I feel like that mission has just been thrown out the window. I don't feel like I'm doing a good enough job being like, yeah, it's not that bad. You're only gonna die like a few hundred times. I'm gonna be stuck on bosses for like hours on end. It's fine. Man, is this game good or what? Like seriously, I don't know if there's any other game that I could do this kind of challenge run with. Like on this kind of difficulty, like this hard, and like stick with it and not be swayed away or anything, just be like so determined. Because it really is, it's because I like this game as much as I do. It's incredible. And I love the fact that like it's possible to do these crazy challenge runs. Like you can just do it. Like if you get good enough, you can. It just kind of works within the framework of what this game is. And I think that's really cool. That was kind of new. I don't think I've really seen her do that. At least much. Yeah. It's not a fan of that. Alright, here's the two swords. I want to stick on this. Wow. Okay. I want to like kind of get her down a good amount, just so I can kind of see if I can figure this phase out at all. So even when she does that, she kind of follows it up. It really seems like you don't have a whole lot of time to... So we're like right there, just get a hit in and then run. You slowly but surely whittle her down. I don't know. Because she's gonna follow it up with that, and that's a one-hit kill. Probably. So it seems like. Cause it sucks. Like that would be a perfect time to get like a few hits in on her. I don't feel great about any of this. Like, I know eventually I'm gonna have to get in on her face, basically. And just learn her moves. Oh, missed. Don't like that. Do not like that at all. So when she leaps, like across the room and kind of slams the floor, like get away from her then, because she's gonna immediately follow it up with a one-hit kill. It seemed like she did that every time, so it's probably better. It's probably just safe to not even try it. When she spins around a bunch, once she's done there, it seems like you can get maybe a couple hits in on her. And then other than that, is that one hit? And then other than that, I think I just have to stay in her face and just learn the timings on the dodges. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back. And we'll keep this going for a little while longer. Okay. So I think we'll go to 3 hours, so we'll go for another 30 minutes. I feel good about the progress on the dancer. I don't feel good about that second phase. Like, if I could get, in the next 30 minutes, if I can get like a couple goes of that second phase and maybe kind of start to get the flow of that phase down, I think that would be a pretty good stopping point. Because at least then I'd feel pretty good about, like, having that part, or at least having some progress made on that part. Whereas if we leave that where we're at now, where it's like, man, I don't know what to do about that second part, that would not be great. But see. I definitely have made progress on this fight. I've gotten pretty... I feel like I've gotten pretty good at this first phase. There's still elements that give me trouble, just due to the nature of being killed in one hit by some of these attacks. It's gonna happen. I'm not gonna get to phase 2 every single time, but I feel like I've gotten pretty good at phase 1. Now it's just getting good at phase 2. Oh. That's one hit. I think the problem with there was that I just did not have the stamina to dodge one more time. 265. Jeez. This is good. And then I think, well, we'll see. I want to look up to see when, because I don't remember when I can start getting chunks and where. I'm pretty sure it's not till Lothrop Castle. Pretty sure. But if there are places that we've already been to that I can go and grab a few, like 4, to level up my weapon one more time, we might do that too. That's one hit. Like, I have those fire bombs, but I really don't want to use them on any bosses. Just because I feel like that could potentially be a really cheap way to do this. And so I really don't want to do that. Like, I am by no means good enough to do this game like barehanded or any other limitations beyond soul level 1, but I feel really determined to like do it melee only. I would like to do it shieldless, but there is a boss coming up that I've heard is a nightmare if you don't have a shield. Wow, that's twice I've done that now. So we're at, let's see, 20, 25. We're at 39 on the Dancer, so we have already passed Aldrich. I think that makes Dancer the second most deaths on a boss. And then Aldrich is, of course, way off in the distance. Or not Aldrich, but Pontiff Sulyvahn. 39, man. That kind of scares me, because I still feel like I haven't got the second phase down yet. And we're already at 39. I don't like that. Because I feel like even once I start figuring out the second phase, I still feel like I'm gonna die quite a few times before I get it. That was too soon. Now I'm off my rhythm. Things are gonna go real bad now. I'd like to end the episode like on a really good run. Like if we can't kill her tonight, I'd like to end the episode like on a run that is pretty good. At the same time, if I get like a run where I get her 1 or 2 hits away and then I die, it's gonna be really hard to quit right there. So, God, we'll see. I don't want to hit 300 tonight, that's for sure. But I think we're good there. I don't think we'll spend that much more time. It is nice to know that I'm not going to have to go back to, like, edit this and put the death counter in by hand. That took a lot of time. That's kind of the big reason why I'm switching to streaming for this, is it just took so much time. Wow. I really feel like the wind-up on that grab... Like, I feel like there are some times where that grab is the wind-up's a little bit longer. Maybe I'm making that up. It's what, 269? It's a big number. It's probably more than I've died across any of my other characters combined. It's like my 3 other people, 3 other characters I made. At this point, I'm pretty much switching between this one, and I have got another character who's ready to enter this New Game Plus Plus, but I'm trying to finish up the grind on the different Covenant items, which I'm pretty close to. And close, I mean like probably still a few hours away because of how rare those drops are. But I've kind of been switching back and forth between those two. Because like, once I get the Platinum, and once I beat it on soul level 1, I'm kind of done. I'm hanging up the hat until the DLC comes out. Did it again. This is a real bad streak. This might be a sign that we should maybe call it here, or like really soon, because this is not, this is a bad streak we're on right here. At least the Orm the Giant was nothing. Took him down in one go. At least we got that to go for us, to to really boast about. It's like one other boss left that we could maybe do that on. I was talking about the Dark Souls 1, you know, playing through that on Soul Level 1 earlier, and the thing with that game is it was, even though the Four Kings actually I probably died on the Four Kings close to as much as I did on Smough and Ornstein. But even then, it was the kind of thing where, like, I kind of started that playthrough kind of as a joke. Like, I didn't think I'd actually finish it. I figured I'd go, probably get to Smough and Ornstein, and I would just give up. And then I didn't, and I actually ended up beating the game. But Smough and Ornstein was the kind of thing where basically, when I beat them, that was kind of when I decided, okay, I'm actually going to go and try to beat this game. And, like, no longer, it wasn't a joke anymore. It was like, okay, I actually think I can do this. Because to me, Smough and Ornstein felt like they were going to be the biggest hurdle. And they mostly were. The difference in Dark Souls 3 is because there's such a steady progression on the difficulty. I still don't know if I can do this. Actually, like, I feel like I can. I feel like I'll be able to eventually. But I haven't reached that point, or I haven't reached, like, the specific boss where I feel like, okay, I've taken down this boss, I can take down the rest. I think that's going to be Champion Gundyr. I think that's going to be the one. That or the Consume King. I think one of those two, and beating them, that'll be kind of the moment where it's like, okay, I can do this. Because I think the final boss I'm going to have a really difficult time against, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as those two. Whereas in Dark Souls 1, it was like, okay, I beat Smough and Ornstein, I'm about halfway through the game, I know I can do this. It's a little bit different. I really gotta get out of this funk. $272. When we beat Yorm the Giant, and we were, what, about an hour and a half in, so we've been at the dancer for about an hour. When we beat Yorm the Giant, like, I actually thought maybe we'll beat the dancer tonight. Because we were only 90 minutes in, I figured we'd probably go for 3 hours tonight. But right now, I'm not so sure. This is the part of the cycle where I lose my confidence. And then eventually we'll have one, like, really solid run, and I'll get it all back. We'll have, like, a couple that are really good. And then we'll get on a losing streak again, and I'll lose my confidence again. And then I'll beat the dancer. Again. Now I just can't dodge the grab with anything. God. So closing out in 240. So we'll end, I'll go for probably around 20 or so more minutes. We might end a little early. Like, if I just keep doing this bad, like, if this, like, really poor streak continues, I might cut it short. I actually did that with Aldrich. Or was it Aldrich? No, there was an early episode where I was fighting a boss. I think it might have been the dancer, and I just had, like, 3 or 4 consecutive fights where it just ended very, very early. And I was just like, okay, we're calling it tonight, because I'm in too much of a funk right now to make any sort of progress, and so it kind of feels like that right now, where I'm just not not getting things done the way I need to be. Hopefully we can end that streak very soon. This is usually a good chance to get a couple swings in. Only got one there. That's one hit. I think the dancer is probably going to get pretty close to the death count that Pontiff was at. I'm imagining it's unless I have a major breakthrough, it's probably going to get pretty close to that number. We're at 46 right now. So, and actually I didn't. Hold on. That should be 274. Okay. Alright, 238 for tonight's stream. So the plan is almost every night, at least on the weekdays. Monday, Tuesday. It's probably going to be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. Because I think I think Wednesday, we're going to try to do Resident Evil 6 until we finish it. But we're getting pretty close to the end of that game. And like I said, probably 2 to 3 hours for Dark Souls when we do stream. So hopefully, doing that, like, the playthrough should be over in the next week or two. Hopefully. Unless I just get really stuck on one boss for, like, multiple hours. Which could happen. Pontiff was, I think, all together, with every attempt, like, added on, I think it ended up being, like, 3.5 hours or something. And that was really rough. Like, that, I almost gave up on that fight. But I persevered, and so we're gonna keep going. We're not gonna stop till we beat this game. Because when the DLC one comes out, I want to continue streaming Soul Level 1 into the DLC. And that's gonna be great. Alright, come on, get out of this funk. Let's have a good run here. He's doing really well. Can't be disappointed with tonight, though. I beat Aldrich. It took another hour to beat Aldrich, but I beat him sooner than I was expecting. I was expecting that it would be a very possible reality that tonight was going to be entirely Aldrich. So, I've got that. I just don't know what it is. I don't know. I get, like, cocky or something, and suddenly I just cannot do anything against the dancer. I just enter this funk that I cannot shake right now. Yeah, maybe we should end this really soon. Maybe give it a few more goes, but like a little earlier, the 3 hour mark. This is not, we're not getting anywhere. And anything that happens, I think that's why, like, I don't want to go. I typically would like to stick to around 2 hours. I feel like tonight we had 2 bosses down, so I figured, well, let's dedicate a good amount of time to the dancer. But typically I'd like to keep it to 2 hours, just because I think at some point you go for so long that you're not doing as well as you could be if you like had you start fresh and have a good break between play sessions. Like at this point, I've taken a couple of short little breaks, but you know, not what I would really need. Now I'm not doing very good. So this takes a lot out of you. Finally. Nope. $278. We'll give the dancer, I don't know, like maybe 2 to 3 more tries. And if none of those are like actually solid attempts, then we'll call it. Because I do feel like once I get into a funk like this, if I'm not breaking, if I'm not shaking it in like 10 or 20 minutes, then like maybe that's probably a sign that I should stop for the night and then like pick it up tomorrow. And hopefully by then we'll have a day's break from this and kind of be able to tackle it fresh and have a little bit more success here. Wow. First time that's hit me. That was better. That was a lot better. That was a dumb mistake on my part when I died. I took one more swing and I should have known better. I should have rolled. That happens. You make dumb mistakes in this game. That's the way it goes. And like I said again, you know, it's kind of goes hand in hand with this being the only kind of game that I could really do something like this, and it's because I really, you know, I've played 5 of these games, and I've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours between all 5 of them, right? You know, I've really gotten to know like the way that these games work, and between Demon Souls and all the Dark Souls games, and Bloodborne, like, I've grown to love them, but I've also, like, you know, I really cannot think of a point between all 5 of those games that I've had a death where I've legitimately felt like it was unfair, or I felt like upset about it in any way, other than just it being like, yeah, that I made a stupid mistake there, or yeah, that's, you know, I didn't see it coming, but like I know about it now, and like I can use that to improve. Whereas I feel like so many other games, it's easy to just it's easy to die and just kind of be like, that's like, what good is that? Like one, that was unfair, or that was cheap, or how am I going to use that to like learn next time? Like, you know, it's so easy to just be difficult just for the sake of being difficult. Whereas for as famous as these games are for being really hard, there's a way in which they're designed that it encourages you to learn from its difficulty more than overcome it. Like, there is an element of overcoming, but you overcome by learning, and that's not something that really is present in a lot of games. Even games that are like super difficult, it's not always that you're learning specifically why it's difficult. It's kind of hard to put into words, but it's the reason why I can do a soul level 1 run and kind of persevere through it, or it's the reason why every time I die in one of these games, I'm usually, unless soul level 1, I'm a little more serious there, but like typically if I die in a game like this, I just laugh. I'm like, that's whatever. It's no big deal, because I don't feel like I'm losing anything in dying. Like, yeah, I have to make the ball, I lose my souls, but like, ultimately, I feel like that doesn't matter in the end, in a weird way. We'll go a little more. I felt like one of those, I was actually doing okay there, so. Go a tiny bit longer. That was really lucky. Jeez. We'll give her one more shot. So we'll do one more fight and we'll call it there. I would like to get back to that second phase one more time. So hopefully we can do that there. So at least end on a semi-okay run. But overall, like, I've definitely improved. Like, I've gotten better at the fight. There has been improvement tonight against the Dancer. I feel like outside of being in a funk, I can get to that second phase somewhat reliably. I haven't quite kind of learned that second phase or nailed it just yet. I feel like I could maybe get close. Like, maybe I'm close to it. There's still like some things I need to figure out about it though. But this is a boss that seems very much doable once I figure out just a couple more things about the fight. Yeah, we'll call it there. I don't think I can go much longer for this. I need a break. Okay. So that's going to leave us at 283 deaths total for this entire playthrough. And that's going to put us at 55 for the Dancer. So, not great. I hope that number doesn't increase too much, really, but if you're curious, I do have it in the show notes below, but like up to this point, here's what the death count breakdown is. So Iudex Gundyr is 4, Vordt of the Boreal Valley is 3, the Greatwood boss is 3, also Crystal Sage is 0, the Deacons of the Deep is 3, Abyss Watcher is 16, so it was a little more than I thought it was, 16 for the Abyss Watchers. Wolnir is 1, Pontiff Sulyvahn, God, is 107, Aldrich ended up being 34, Yorm the Giant was 0, Old Demon King was 10, so that wasn't too bad, and the Dancer right now we have at 55, so, and then in between other deaths just randomly in the world, we're at 283. I don't know. I'm still. If I had to guess, I'm leaning somewhere around the 700s probably, is where I'm gonna end up. So much as I hate to say that, because that means I'm gonna be dying a whole lot against these last handful of bosses, but I kind of expected it. So I feel good about the progress made. We killed 2 bosses tonight. I feel like I've made progress against the Dancer. I've gotten better in that fight. Still a little ways to go. I mean, the best I've done is probably a little more than 50% of the way down, so still progress to be made there, but we'll try to do that tomorrow night. So hopefully tomorrow, probably 9-ish Eastern time, we'll continue the stream, go for a couple more hours. The goal for tomorrow is definitely to beat the Dancer. I think if I beat the Dancer tomorrow, I think that'll be pretty satisfying. Specifically because the next two that I have as like options to fight are two bosses that I expect to be stuck on for a long time. So if I can at least get the Dancer down, I'll feel pretty good about that. But that's gonna do it. So thank you for watching. This will be archived. Of course, everything will be archived. So you'll be able to see everything and stuff. So we'll be back tomorrow. Until next time, I'll see you later.